So beautiful. So welcome to the second day of our summer program. We're actually starting our classes today for the first time, and today's first session is our personal empowerment program, and we are having our personal vision and goal setting class today. We have a very esteemed trainer on board, and without further ado, permit me to introduce our trainer. The trainer for today's first session is Mrs. Chioma Amakwe. Mrs. Chioma, please forgive me if I mispronounced your surname. Please forgive me. So, please confirm if you can see my screen. If you can still see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Chioma is a senior HR and operations professional with 8+ years of hands-on experience building HR functions from the ground up. She also has experience in driving organizational performance and delivering measurable workforce outcomes across real estate, hospitality, architecture, engineering, and NGO sectors. She has a wonderful track record of successfully structuring people operations, executing end-to-end recruitment, and designing performance management framework. She also leads capacity building programs for blue chip clients, including the CBN, the NMPC, and IHVN. She has proven ability to lead distributed teams and manage complex HR operations in both on-site and fully remote environments. She currently works with Wisdom School as a senior consultant, and Mrs. Chioma Amakwe is currently a registered fellow in the Chartered Institute of Human Resources Management. Mrs. Chioma, it is a pleasure to have you here. Please, are you ready to take over?
Yes, thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you so much. This is Diploma, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, all
I
right,
hope you
ma'am.
can hear me.
Proceed now. I've stopped sharing, so you can take over to sharing your screen.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you for having me join you here today to take this session. I personally feel it's a privilege to be in the midst of our youth today to take you on this session. Okay, without wasting much time, I'll just dive in straight to what our business for today. If you can hear me, I'll use signal. I'll say hi.
Yes,
Something.
we can hear you, but the sound is a bit sketchy. Like it's scratchy. It's not clear.
Sorry about that. Let me try again. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's a bit better on my end. Can anybody else confirm, please, if it's better on their end also?
Are we
I think
good?
I hear clearly from this place.
Okay, wonderful.
I,
Okay, taking off from where we stop, again, my name is Chioma Amakwe. It's a pleasure to be here with every one of you today to discuss this wonderful topic. Vision and goal setting is a topic I would say is something that everyone needs to be looking into, studying, and practicing at every point in time. When you wake up in the morning, you look at your vision board, you look at your goal targets, you look at where am I now? Where am I going to? What do I want to achieve? So this topic is very important, and I'm very glad to be taking you on this. For me, during my training session, I like it to be fully interactive. I'm not the type of facilitator that joins and just talk, and then we're out of there. I like it to be interactive as much as possible because we're both here to learn from each other. Okay. At the course of the training session, if you have any question, feel free to indicate or show a raise of hand, or you can as well write it down. At the end of the session, you can ask your question and we'll discuss further. Are we good? Hello? Are we good? Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Super.
Yes, we
Super.
can hear you.
All right, great. So, personal goals and personal vision and goal setting. First off, I would like to ask, I want somebody to share. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Just one or two person. I'd like to hear your idea.
Okay, everyone, please, you can make use of the
Who's
chat
open to
room.
share?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Anybody willing to share? Well, while waiting for anyone to
Mrs.
anyone that wants to
Chioma,
share, I'll just
sorry, madam.
going.
Can
Yes,
you hear
please.
me?
Yes,
Please,
I
you
can
can
hear
make
you.
use of the chat room. Yes, there are responses in the chat room.
Okay. That's fine. We can still see my screen, right? Okay. I see someone saying they want to run their own company in the next 5 years. That's wonderful. Someone says, I would like to have an agro processing business and also an IT firm. That's very visionary. So we can see that we all have visions for ourselves. You already know where you want to be. You already know what you want to achieve in 5 years, in 3 years. For me, I like to define vision as seeing your future before it happens. When you wake up in the morning and you're out there, this is where I want to be in the next 5 years before it actually happens. So your vision is an idea, a future idea of where you want to be before it starts happening. Then your goal is the action you put in place to achieve that vision, right? So we're going to go ahead to discuss a vision. Vision is an experience of seeing something that other people cannot see. It's something very personal to you. It's something that this is my vision. Nobody tells you your vision. You don't take somebody's vision as your own. It's a decision you make. Like someone said, I want to have my own agro business in the next 5 years. Very wonderful. It's personal to you. I can't take that vision upon myself and say, me, I want to do this. I will struggle to achieve that vision because it wasn't something that I personally wanted. It's just an adopted vision. However, you can also adopt some vision when you see something someone is doing and you feel it's relatable to who I want to become. Like someone can say, oh, I want to be a registered nurse in the next 5 years. You didn't just wake up and decide. You must have seen nurses that are doing very good. They are saving lives. They're able to impact somebody. And that relates to you in one way. So you just say, oh, I think I want to be this as well. I think I want to have this same satisfaction as well. And how do I get it? This is where your goal comes in. You have to set goals. You have to set tasks. You break it down to daily routines, weekly action plans, and then the goal part of it, okay? It's an idea or a mental image of something you want to achieve. It's an act or power of imagination. Characteristics of vision. An effective vision should be conceptualized, is conceivable, like I mentioned earlier. You have to conceive this, something that you're hungry for. You're very much it's something that keeps you going. It motivates you each time you do this. Someone can say, oh, I want to be a counselor in the next 2 years, a guidance, marriage guidance and counseling therapist. Yes, a therapist. It starts from, how do you decide this is what I want to do? You realize that whenever you give somebody advice, it helps them. You see they are happy, and when they take on that advice and act on it, there is results. You feel satisfied. You've conceived the idea that when I speak to people, when I give them suggestion, it adds to their life and it gives me a sense of satisfaction. Your vision have to give you a satisfaction. So it's conceivable. It's a vision that you have to conceive. Then it's desirable, it's attractive. It's attractive. I can't wake up and say, oh, my vision is to have an iPhone, right? It's not very attractable, or it's not something that everyone can easily connect to. I mean, it's just a want. It's just going to satisfy you for the moment. And new phones will come out, new technology will come out. You want to advance, and then that vision has died. It can't call it a vision. It has to be something that when people come in contact with you, when they meet you, when they hear you talk, they are so impressed. They are so they feel impacted by just being around you, by listening to you. And people want to be that as well. People want to imitate this part of you. So it has to be attractive. It's a desirable vision. It has to be visible. It has to be realistic. Like I use an example of, oh, I want to get iPhone 16 in the next 2 months. I mean, and if you don't have a job, you don't have a means of earning to be able to, purchase that new phone you want. As good as it sounds to you or satisfactory for you, because you feel, oh, if I have this phone now, I can do some content. Oh, that's okay. But what do you have on ground to help you achieve this vision? Is it realistic? One can wake up and say, oh, in the next 2 years, I want to be the president of Nigeria. As good as that vision is, you're still, the person that is making this vision might still be in a first year university. And you can't be a president in 2 years' time with that vision. There are processes, there are achievements you need to. So it's not realistic right now, but we can put it on the long-term vision. In the next 10 years, in the next 8 years, in the next 15 years, I'm going to be the president of this country. Wonderful. It's realistic. You have plans to achieve that. Then it has to be focused, clear objectives. There have to be clear plans, clear objective. Why do I want to do this? What do I intend to achieve if I'm doing this? What's the plan? Like one of us that said, oh, I'm going to have my own agro business. They want to solve the issue of hunger in the country. They want to ensure that there is food products for people. He doesn't need to spend money buying so many vegetables. He has it in his farm and he can make it easy. His farm can even create employment for people. They have workers there. And then the market is better in the area of vegetables and food products. It's realistic. There's an objective to it. It's flexible, responsive to change in environmental factor. If we face a situation like COVID, is it flexible? Yes, he can still do his farming. Nothing can affect him. If the weather changes, he knows the right sources and fertilization and manure to manage it. When the cost of things increase, he knows what to do to ensure that he's not running a loss. There's a balance to it, right? So you have to ensure that it's flexible. It's not something that once weather change or economic situation changes, your business shuts down, literally, and then you're just hanging, okay? Communicable, easy to understand. That vision, where you share it to people, can they relate? Do they understand what you're saying? Can they see a future in it as well? Are they motivated by what you want to achieve? Are you going to struggle explaining to people this your vision? So these are the characteristics you're going to be looking at when choosing a vision, okay? Then we're going to our next topic, what is goal? What is a goal? A goal, like I said, are actionable steps you put in place to achieve that vision, right? Actionable steps you've put in place. I want to have my own brand company in the next 5 years. What do I need to do to have this company up and running? One, I need to graduate. I need to have some professional certification. I need to go and have practical experience in a workspace to know what it's like to run this kind of business. By the next 5 years, I'm going to be certified in this area of this business. And then I'm going to do, their actions and timeline. Very important part of goal setting is putting a timeline to that vision. If you have a vision and then you put a goal and you don't attach a timeline to it, I can tell you for a fact that you'll be wasting your time for a very long time, okay? You just realize that 3 years have gone and you've not even achieved anything. Like most of us, we know this thing we always do beginning of the year. What you want to achieve for this year? New Year resolution. We always have a New Year resolution. Every so many things they want to achieve and the things they want to leave behind. And some of them don't even go back to that New Year resolution they've put till December. You see them come back on social media and come and post for you again. I was not able to get this one. We move. Next year, we move. It's because that vision, you didn't attach a goal to it. You didn't attach a short-term goal. You didn't attach a long-term goal. You didn't even attach, future goals to it. And there's no timeline. You just said what you wanted to do, what you want to achieve, and there's no result. Okay? So for your goal, it needs to be time bound. You have to be intentional. Okay? You can say for instance, now I can say okay, let me use the very one that we always use. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight by, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to lose weight, you attach a timeline. By August this year, I want to have lost like 20 kg. There is results, there is trackable measures in place. Number one, in 3 months' time, you want to have lost weight. That means you're going to start eating healthy. And then there's an actual number you need to take off. You need to drop like 20 kg. So you see that goal is realistic to both you and the plans you have set in place, right? So goal is something that you hope to achieve, especially when much time and effort will be needed. It's an aim or a purpose. We can also say is the end towards which effort is directed, is a result an individual try to accomplish. So we have common types of goal. Like I mentioned, we have long-term goal, we have short-term goals, and then these goals can be personal. These goals can be personal. What are short-term goals? Short-term goal, oh, I need to have finished my BSc. Oh no, I want to do my master's. I want to have finished my master's by the end of 2027. So you put like a 2 years in it. I want to have a master's degree in 2027. It's a short-term goal, right? Then what actions do you take to this? You start searching for courses that are relatable, that will not stretch into 3, 4, 5 years. And then which institute can give me these courses and be able to keep to time, that will not be affected by the economy of the nation, strike, and all of those things, because you have a target. Remember, we have a vision. So I need to get this master's so that I can be able to use it to apply for, whatever training extra you want to apply, or for a better job, for instance. So you make those short-term goals. Short-term goals can even be shorter. I need to get a professional certificate in the next 3 months. You start taking steps, do your research, know what it takes, which exams do I need to take, and all of those things. These are short-term goals. It can be achieved quickly, relatively, within days, weeks, months, and even, like I gave example, a year or 2 years. There's some master's course that I can finish in 6 months, There's some that I can finish in 1 year. And you just hear them, they already have their degree certificate, and then you're reapplying, okay? Then we have our long-term goals. Long-term goals, these are goals that require a more extended period to accomplish, usually spanning several months or years. So still using the academic ground, you can say, oh, I need to have my PhD. I need to be able to have BSc, Master's, PhD in the next 5 years, in the next 6 years, because you want to use to pursue a career in school, you want to be a lecturer. First, you need to get what is necessary to be a lecturer. You have your degree, you're undergraduate, you do your master's in the next 1 to 2 years, PhD. There are some that are for 3 years, some are 4 years, some are 5 years. You register. Find the one that can be done online or physical that you can mesh together. Is a long-term goal. Also, another long-term goal, like my friend here mentioned, wants to have his agro business, right? So in the next 5 years, what does he need to do to achieve it? He has to start taking lessons on the seeds, the plants, the environment, the soil. Go and intern in a very big known agricultural firm to know how they do it. Spend like 2-3 years working there so that you get his hands on the ground. Alongside, to now start looking into acquiring a plot of land where he can farm. And he will not just go and buy any land. He'll go and look for one that have good soil. And then when he has that, he's going to start looking for which vegetables or seeds can I plant that will bring results. You know, there are some plants that are very seasonal. We have our corn, granules, water leaf, all of those. You have to choose which one he wants. Does he want to go into vegetables or he wants to deal with fruits? And then you do a test run. Just plant two or three things there. Get an indigene there or a local person there to be monitoring it while he's still working with the farm industry, agro industry, to be learning all this. He's exploring, he's practicing, he's learning. Whatever he learns from here, he's putting it in place. He's working towards that long-term goal. You understand? Someone that see might not understand his vision, but he knows where he's going to. Some will say, oh, why are you even working in this company? They don't even pay well. Why are you even here? Other people, he knows he's not there just for the salary. He's there to get real life practical experience so that he will stand on his own and be able to compete in the market out there. Those are your long-term goals. These are plans you put in place. And these goals can be personal. It can be financial goals. It can be academic. It can be social goal. Like I explained, this one I explained both academic goals. I've given an example of professional goal. Financial goal, you can tell yourself, oh, I need to have up to like 5 means of income in the next 5 years. I need to break out of poverty. I don't need to depend on monthly salary anymore. How do I achieve this? You start reading on investment, asking questions. You start being intentional with your expenses. Oh, by the end of this year, I'm going to save up to like 2 million. So once salary is coming, you are removing a certain percentage, and as you're removing it, you're making inquiry of where you can invest. Remember, the financial goal you're having in mind is to have multiple streams of income. So even if you can't make it to your 9 to 5, before the year runs out, you're going to get dividends, you're going to get interest, you have stock bonds, you have real estate. There are so many. So it's a goal you need to channel yourself into. For our family people, you can tell yourself, oh, I need to break even into the market space. I need to ensure that my family has enough finance that they're running with, even if I'm not there. If I have to travel out of Nigeria or out of the state, I need to know that my family can survive financially. God forbid, if there's an emergency, we need to know where we can get funds from. If I'm not here today, God forbid, if there has to be a loss of life and the breadwinner is not there, what can this family run on? You start looking into financial goals. Put a stock investment, real estate investment, properties, bonds, buy dividend, buy shares, so that on their own, they'll just stay and be getting a lot. You have created a financial means that is sustainable. The academic goal gives social goals. You can say you want to have serious friends circle in this next 2 years. You want to be among the elite circle by the next 2 years. I want to be attending Inakaku's meeting. Let me use our friendly terms. Inakaku's meeting. How can I do this? You start attending programs, start going networking, start attending, things that can give you access to these people. You attend business trainings, you attend lectures, you attend summits, you start networking, start sharing your ideas. One or two people, you start creating a good you start creating that social group and community that you want to achieve. Then we're going to look at goal setting. There are characteristics to be able to set your goal. We call it SMART goals. Any goal you want to set for your vision, ensure that it is SMART. What do I mean by SMART? It has to be specific, it has to be relevant. And again, time bound. Remember what I mentioned earlier, you have to attach a timing to it. Vision I have, this goal I want to put into achieve. Let me use a financial goal for instance. What do I want to achieve? If I say I want to start making millions every month, I just want to sit at home and be getting 2 million every month, every year. So what do I need is specific. And what do I want to achieve? I want to break into the financial freedom. I want to have financial freedom in 5 years' time. How do I ensure that I'm getting to minimum 2 million every year? Some people are making this in a month, though. Some people are making this in a week based on the investment they've done. So I'm just trying to be as realistic. And let's just say you want to just earn 2 million. You just sit at home and just get a lot of 2 million. What do I want to achieve? I want to be sure that I'm financially stable, right? Measurable. How will you know when you've achieved it? The first half of the year, 6 months, you look at where am I financially. From my salary, have I started saving? Have I even been able to save up to 1 million in the first 6 months or 500,000 the next 6 months? This year is coming to an end. Do I have this saving? Have I started my investments? Have I started investments? Do I have a portfolio? Do I have places I've registered? You have to be measuring your experience, your track record. You have to be able to track it. Like I said earlier in the beginning of this our class, if you don't attach time and measures to your goal, you will be wasting your time, knowingly or unknowingly. Like I said, I can say I want to lose weight in the next 3 months, but I want to lose 20 kg. And the first 1 month, I've not even seen 1 kg. I'm not even checking it. And in 3 months, I come and climb scale. Of course, I'm not going to see deducted to 20 kg from that weight. Chances I would have even added more weight. My ladies in the house, we can relate now. It happens. And you'll be wondering, is it the water I'm drinking? But you didn't put actionable steps to this. Have you registered in a gym? Have you started working on your diet, what I eat? How well am I taking walks? At the end of every month, am I checking how much I've lost? These are things you need to be measuring it. If you choose a vision and you can't put, and your goal you set to achieve this, and there's no way to measure it, you need to re-strategize. That's the only way you can get results, literally. Okay? Attainable. Is it genuinely possible to achieve this? You need to believe in that vision. And then again, like I said, I like using realistic examples. Is it possible to achieve this now, to achieve with this time frame I've put? Is it possible? These steps I put in place, is it possible regardless of the situation the nation is or the weather is? What are the things I'm going to put in place to ensure that I can get this within that time frame? Okay. Relevant. Does it contribute to your agency, your revenue growth? Does it contribute to what you want to achieve? Is it something that is adding to you or is just removing from you? These are things you need to also look at as well. Then time bound. Time bound. When do I want to achieve this? In 2 years? In 10 years? Next week? Next 2 weeks? Next 2 weeks, right? Then we're looking at goal setting. I hope you're hearing me so far. Please indicate, let me know I'm not talking to myself.
Yes,
If we're
yes,
together.
yes, ma'am.
Super, super. Hope any questions so far?
Yes, I'm with you.
Any questions so far? No, I assume we're together then. Okay, let's fire down. Goal setting. Setting goals affects behavior, performance, as well as help mobilize energy, which leads to a higher effort overall. Individuals who set specific and difficult goals perform better than those who set general easy goals. That is to say, for you to achieve that vision you want to achieve, your goal must be one that takes you out of your comfort zone. Listen, let me tell you guys something. You can't achieve something very realistic that is impacting at your comfort zone. Where you're just comfortably taking your time, doing it at your own pace. It's not going to work. you have to put extreme measures. You need to put yourself out there. You need to be able to challenge yourself. There's something I always advise a few of my mentees. As a HR person, they come to me, oh, they're looking for, I want to get a job. I want to get a job. Please help me get a job. And I always ask them, okay, what are you doing so far to get this good job you're looking for? What are you doing so far? You're not going to lie down in bed, cover yourself under your duvet, and then you pray and think a job will just fall from the sky. No, you need to be intentional. You need to do research, do applications as much as possible. Don't be discouraged. Go out there, meet people, network, reintroduce yourself to people, socialize. Somehow in the midst of that, you're going to meet somebody that's interested in what you have. They're going to start seeing value. What training have you taken so far? If you're opportune to meet a dignitary and you just have 5 minutes to introduce yourself, which can determine if this person is going to bring you on board, are you going to be able to sell your value to them? You can't do that when you're just comfortable. Now, a lot of people, I'm so impressed with our youth these days, the way they're taking in technology. Everybody is hands-on on AI. Everybody is hands-on on the new thing on board. How to do research, how to write this, how to use AI to analyze, to get data, to get information. People are improving. But if you don't add any of this and you're just the same yesterday, today, let me tell you guys, you won't achieve that place. So when they come to me and they tell me, oh, I'm looking for a job in the NGO space, please come and send me any opening you get. At first, I'll just start sending you some, let me see what you have in mind. And you thought, have you been able to apply? I've not applied. Yesterday, my battery was so low. I even tried to, I tried to apply the net. So many excuses. You're not prioritizing what you want to achieve. And this person is not ready. It has to be a personal decision. You have to be disciplined. And you have to be strict with yourself to be able to achieve this. You need to be ready to be a risk taker. Wake up in the morning, go for that meeting, call that person you need to call, share your idea, drop your proposal, send it out, send that email. Don't be discouraged if you don't get a feedback, but you're making connection, you're making effort. It's not going to happen from just those that are just here. For instance, you want to set a financial goal and you're not saving, and the year has gone half and you don't have an investment portfolio. You've not bought shares anywhere. MTN is saying how shares are about to drop. Dangote have shares about to drop. These oil companies have shares that they are not following them. They're not spending, even if it's 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira, buy some shares. It will do you good in the next 2 to 3 years. In estates, there are some lands that are selling cheap now. You don't need to buy the one that is inside Abuja in the town of, go to those local areas that the lands are still 500K, 600K, 700K, 1 million, and they have a payment plan. Buy from that one first. When you buy, make your commitment monthly, quarterly. When you finish buying, get your papers, go and keep it, rest. In 5 years' time, that village that you bought land with 500,000, it will be selling 3 times the price. That's the advantage of real estate. You're taking effort. You have to take that risk. If you keep crying about the challenges that we're facing, Nigeria is bad, government is bad, and you're joining the crowd to complain, but you're not making efforts, face your goal, face your vision. It's you and that vision. No? Nobody's going to come and achieve it for you. It's just you. So you need to personalize it. You need to be very diligent. So you ensure that your goal, there is clarity, is challenging, is the one that challenges you every day. And then you are following people that are doing the same thing you are doing. So when you wake up and you open that Instagram and your page, the page that you're seeing are people that are in their 20s and in their 30s, they're achieving that thing. You challenge, you say, see my mates are doing it, me, I can do this. And you'll be motivated to go. And then set commitment plans. I'm going to be waking up every day by 6:30. I'm going to do this, go for my walks, come back, read a book. I'm going to read books on social things. I'm going to read books on finances. I'm going to read books on growth. I'm going to read books on development. I'm going to read books on winning. 1 book a month. You don't have a job now doesn't mean you can't improve yourself. There's what we call self-development. You commit to it. And at the end of the day, you find out that you're even better than the person that has 9 to 5 every day. They are going to work, coming back, but they've not added a lot to their self. It's a goal. It's a personal goal. Then feedback. Have somebody that can give you honest feedback. Or be honest with yourself. Criticize yourself. 3 months have gone. I've not done this. So 6 months have gone. I've not done this. Chioma, we need to double up. What can I do to do better? How do I do this? Have somebody in your circle that you share that vision that will keep you on your toes. Say, what do you think? Person will tell you that, 6 months have gone, my brother, how far are our investments now? You will say, don't worry, I'm on it. I already have a portfolio. I have like so investments. Oh, I've registered for that master's course. I'm starting classes next week. You get? These are action plans you put in place. Let the task be complexity. It's something that you can do. It's something that there's nothing that is stopping you from achieving it. It's actionable, right? Overall, the complex goals may become overwhelming. At a point, a lot of things, family, health, there are some challenges that will come around you, but it shouldn't stop you from moving forward. It can give you a bit of a delay, but you need to bounce back and continue, okay? These are what we call principles of goal setting. You need to be hardworking. Don't believe in luck. Believe in hard work. Believe in your efforts. There's place for luck. Like I gave a scenario, there's a video I saw online, I think sometime last year, of a woman that I think the governor of the state was visiting that area. And she was in front, they were hailing. She's the only one that came with her portfolio. And she was, trying to get his attention. And the governor turned and said, yes, what's the problem? And in 2-3 minutes, she said what her business is, how much she needs, how far she has gone. She had everything ready. That one is hard work and luck. She was opportune to be there at that time. And then there was hard work. She heard this governor is around. She knows that if she placed herself there, if he's lucky to look in her direction, she can get results. So don't depend on luck. Don't just balance and hope that one day one recruiter will just enter your DM and say, oh, we have an opening. Do you think this is what you can do? No, you need to work towards it. You need to be patient as well. If you are losing patience, you are losing the battle. You need to be patient. Remember the vision. The vision is for 5 years' time. Vision is for 6 years' time, for 10 years' time. The vision is there. So regardless of the challenge you face along the line, don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Don't be disappointed. There's a book I always try to recommend to people, Failing Forward. That business you might start and you put in all your effort, your energy, you put land, you've invested in seed and soil and fertilization, and then all of a sudden the plants what you planted, it has gone half and suddenly everything just started dying. Don't pack up and say, oh no, this is not my calling. Let me look for another business. Do your research. Why did these plants die at this stage? What do I need to do better? You see, one of the challenging businesses, in fact, I like to clap for people that are into poultry farming or fishery. Those guys have mind. No, they have mind. Because when you are rearing chicken, those things are too fragile. You can just wake up one morning and see that your birds have started dying. Birds that you've invested feed on. And you're spending heavy money on feed. You've built cage for them, give them clean. They're like babies, though. And then one day you just wake up and see that 100 of your birds have died. And you just have like 250. Your heart will break, oh. Where do you want to start from? Cause of death, they say heat. The vet will come and say it's heat, or the weather was so hot and they start dying. Most people say in this economy, don't focus on the losses. Yes, it's okay to mourn your loss, feel bad, dust yourself. I still have 150 to deal with. Look for ways. If now they just died, I can kill them, clean them, sell it at a discounted price to those doing frozen food, and be sure they didn't die out of infection or anything, it's just heat. Then learn what you learned from the cause of their deaths and start treating the remaining 150. If you can push for the remaining 150 beds, put more ventilation, give them more vitamins, and they reach the stage you want and you start selling, you're going to get back the profit from the ones you lost. So you're not discouraged by the challenges. That's life for you. That's life. You can't predict what happens, but Is your commitment and your patience to know that it's my first time doing this, so I should be able to handle this, right? Okay, then we'll go to the next principle, sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. Everything has its price. The question is, are you ready to pay for it, for the life you desire? You want to break into financial freedom, where every month you're still going to hang out with friends and be buying bottles, drinks, wasting away money. Every one salary come, you just remove heavy 30% and go and say, man shall not live, will not kill ourselves. We're not going to kill, I cannot come and die. What's that our statement we say? I cannot come and kill myself. I have to enjoy. And you're blowing 30K, hanging out with friends, you're drinking, you're chopping food that you finish eating and you excrete, and tomorrow will be waiting for you. You want to break into financial freedom. You're still spending money on lots of expensive outfits. You're targeting using the latest phone or the latest wig, or want to drive the latest car. What's your essence of why do you want to do that? You have to sacrifice a particular lifestyle to achieve that goal. If I'm earning 100K right now, I use what we call the 70-30 rule. I remove 30% every day from that money and be putting it somewhere in a savings. Open your piggy vest that gives you interest. Go into Coronation that you can buy stocks that give you daily or weekly interest. You'll be removing that 30K. Then you remove another maybe 50K, transportation, feeding, and all of those. Then the remaining 20K, you keep it as emergency. 20%, keep it as emergency. These are intentional steps you're putting. They're sacrificing. That expensive car you see, your cars your friends are driving, guys changing car here and there. Be managing your own small Toyota. Drive and come back. You know where you're going. They don't have the same vision that you have. Oh no, they don't have that same goal. They are living in the moment. But your own is long term, it's for the future. So I'm going to inconvenience myself right now to achieve what I want to achieve. Okay? You have to be ready, willing to sacrifice your appetite to get that summer body you want, right? You need to cut down on the carbs. You need to cut down a lot of things. Wear the clothes you already have. Clothes, design of clothes is not, they finish. New designs will come out. Latest phones will keep coming out. Those that went through a lot to buy iPhone 15 now, they're looking out to buy iPhone 7. New things will still come out. If the one you have right now is serving you and doing the needful, manage it, sacrifice, be uncomfortable for that period of time because you know where you're going to. Consistency. Don't start today, shut down tomorrow. Say we'll come back to this business, we'll go again. No, you have to be consistent. Principles of goal setting. You have to be disciplined. We've talked about this already. Be disciplined, be accountable to yourself, know what you want to do, how you want to achieve. Don't wait for somebody to give you motivational quotes to do it. And then be confident about your decision. Be confident, believe in yourself, believe in your vision. When you share it to a few people and they want to laugh at you, or are you sure this one? You're not thinking like a Nigerian. It's like you're not in this Nigeria. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Work towards it. Act on it, okay? A goal without a plan is what? It's just a wish. How to set these goals? Think about the results you want to see. We've talked about this. Focus on the vision. Focus on the goal ahead. Create smart goals, like we mentioned. Write your goals down. Have a journal. Make it a habit to write things down. I don't know how you guys do, but me, I have journals for different things. So I like to write things down. And then my phone is always on my hand to type down ideas. I type it down. I can just be in the kitchen doing something and one idea will just drop on my head. I'll just quickly write it down. I'll just note it down in my jotter or in my phone notes. I'll come back and revisit it. Create an action plan. Create an action plan. Then take action. Then at every point in time, reevaluate yourself. Appraise yourself. How far have I gone in this thing I said I wanted to start? Okay? Tips to help maintain the motivation and focus for your goal setting. Make it small. Don't think like I gave the example of someone that said, oh, I'm going to be the president of Nigeria in the next 3 years. that's huge. There are lots of process and steps that need to achieve it in 3 years. There's a lot to it. Unless you have the financial wherewithal and the right connection, then of course it's achievable. But when you look at where you are, don't set something so ambiguous that you self you are struggling. And at the end, when you weigh yourself, you see that you've not made any progress, you start feeling bad. And no, make it small, write it down, tell a friend, have somebody that holds you accountable, then do your constant check-in. So we've come to the end of all my talking and my training. I'll just give a little assignment based on what we've discussed. In this next half of this year, write your vision down and use the smart tool and know where you are. And then you can review it, and this will help you keep track of record. Thank you. I hope I'm able to convince you and not confuse you. Questions? The floor is
Please,
open.
can you repeat the question? And when are we?
I'm sorry?
Kayode Oguntoyinbo is my name.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Can you repeat the question? And how and when are we submitting?
Okay, so my question is, if you don't have a goal yet, this is June. We're already in the half quarter of the. If you don't have a goal, based on what we've discussed and this training, write your goal, your vision, first of all. Or if you already have a vision, that's your New Year resolution. Expand it to whether I want to make it long term or short term, a vision, and then pick a goal. That is, what do you need to put in place? Analyze that your vision using the SMART tool. That's you know the SMART tools I taught now, right?
Yes. You must.
Good. You're going to use it to evaluate that vision or the goal you've set in place. If it's a financial goal, you check it with your SMART tool. This goal I set, is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it time bound? Is it realistic? You wait. If it ticks these 5 options, if it ticks it, then you're good to go. Then you start evaluating yourself from now till end of the year. You now review. Then for the assignment, like I said, when you write this down, you can share with your the host, Mr. Boma, so that they can help you keep track. Remember, we said you have to share with a friend or a team. Help you keep track and review what you've learned so far. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions, suggestions?
And sorry, ma, are you dropping the slides in the group chat?
Yes, Mr. Boma will make that available for you. If you will have to discuss that, they will let you know.
Question, ma?
Yes, please.
Hello, ma.
Yes, please,
Hello.
I'm with you.
Please, ma, can you
Let's
put
take it
the
one
question
more time.
chat box?
Okay.
Sorry, ma.
No. Hello. Okay. Go ahead. I will do my one.
Okay. Who is speaking next? I'm writing the question or the task now.
Now, there are days that you try to motivate yourself, but you have this worry. You cannot detect it, but you have this worry. You are looking at the goal, but you cannot leave that goal. But you are looking at it, you've written the goal, but you cannot meet it. And I have a very serious challenge. I am very, very active, maybe from 4 in the morning, I wake up till 12, but anything outside 12, I'll begin to feel tired. Doing any other thing is a problem. I can just wake up in the night and I'm doing a lot of things, I'm planning, doing everything, but once it gets to 12, I'll feel this, I don't just know, I will be seeing what I've written, but to do it. And sometimes, I don't know, you know what you want to do, but you can't do it. Is there any way we can really help out with this. It's a very serious one. Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that challenge. So, this your challenge is not new. I would say a lot of people are going through this phase, right? But like you said, first off, most times psychology will tell you that most times when you have that situation, it's probably because there are a lot of things in your mind that comes as a distraction, which you have to take control of. Again, like we said, you need to force yourself to be out there. That vision should be your driving force. So if you're very active from in the middle of the night till, you said from middle of the night till 12 p.m., right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
okay, good. So you utilize that time very well. Put steps in place, actions in place that you're going to start working on by the time you face the daytime. So when you get to that time, the problem you're having is that I think it feels like you've accepted that I can't function from after 12. It's my challenge. You have to, don't accept it. You are in control of your body and your mind. You can speak to yourself and say, oh, no, 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 this will not work. Which tiredness is this one when I need what 2 million by end of this month? Oh no, my body will have to respond to me. Then you put things in place. If the activities around you that distract you, maybe for instance, the children are back from school, everywhere becomes noisy, probably you function better in a quiet place. And then the day has broken, everywhere, noise, noise, noise. What can you achieve within that space of time? To put the music around you, listen to some podcasts that will motivate you. You're trying to build your mindset. You need to build your mindset. And then once your mind is made up, your body have no choice than to follow through. Literally. If your mind is made up now, for instance, let me use a very practical example. Let's say now you have a flight to catch by 6 a.m. You know you had a very long day the day before that. Your mind is telling you, I can't miss this flight. Egbon, hello, you cannot miss this flight. The money you're going to pay to miss this flight is no joke. You find out that your body have no choice than to be at alert. You try not to even eat too much so that you don't oversleep. You set alarm. You tell somebody, please wake me up. You're taking steps to ensure you don't miss it. So now you're going to put plans in place to ensure that you motivate, get yourself out there. Get yourself out there to start taking these baby steps. You can call it baby steps to break out of that space, that struggle. What can I do to stop feeling like this? I can take walks, take a walk, register for one online something, put the podcast and be listening to it. And to just keep you going. It starts with the mindset, and then you start taking little steps. Don't over push it. Again, like I said, don't be discouraged from the journey so far. We have a lot of factors that you can't control that can affect your vision and plans. They are way beyond your control, but don't get discouraged. Go again, okay? I hope I was able to answer you a little. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you
Okay.
so much. Mrs. Chioma, thank you so much for a wonderful session. I don't think we'll be taking any more questions, but while we are still waiting for the next trainer to take over, we have a question here from Lemmy Otieno. He or she says, you have been saving towards your goal, then misfortune strikes, and the only money you have is these savings. Do you access these savings, or how do you mitigate?
Okay, thank you for that. First things first, how do you categorize this misfortune? If it's a misfortune that has to do with life or death, please, by all means, dip hands into that savings and do the needful. If it's a misfortune that is not life-threatening, it's just something that you just go through that phase, you have to just try and chest it. Let me use the word. Chest that one. Keep that savings for a serious rainy day, a very serious one. And then you chest it for that period, go through whatever it is. endure, and then you dust yourself, you start again. But resist the urge to dip back into the savings you've been keeping. Ensure you call that savings a name. That's the only way it can keep you going. Don't just call it on savings. You can target my rent. You can target hospital emergency. You can target, for my wedding. You can put a name to it so that anyhow that problem is, if you look at what this goal is for my rent. If I dip hand into this to solve this particular problem now, will I be able to recover? If no, let me find option 2. Who can I talk to if you have another means of income? Let's say you're a salary earner, right? You know that at the end of the month, salary will drop. Which you can tap, or you're a business person, there's a contract you've done, I know that client is going to pay shortly. Don't tap from that savings yet. Save it. Stretch out. Look for who you can talk to raise some certain funds to tackle that challenge. And then when you balance back, you refund. But your savings is your saving. It's a no-no, unless it's life and death situation. Thank you.
All right, Lemi, I hope that answers your question. All right. Thank you. All right, please let's put a round of applause to Mrs. Chioma for a wonderful delivery. Thank you so much, Mrs. Chioma. We are no longer
Thank you so
taking
much
questions.
for having me. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure and it's an honor. I hope someday we're going to meet each other and we'll both feel very much impacted. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll be going to, please, we are no longer taking questions, please. We are already eating into the second session. All right. So please, we apologize for that. All right. So we are currently going into the next session, which we'll be talking about